Hey guys, so Seer bringing you another video. Now, welcome to another patch note breakdown for patch 10.21. So I will say, patch, as you can see up here, came out about an hour ago, all the notes, and I'm going to edit this and get it up for tonight, so you'll be waking up to the new patch. So if you appreciate that, obviously it's quite, crazy to record it, edit it, get it all out, make the thumbnail in the next couple hours. Please do throw a like on the video. Would appreciate that. And obviously in the comment section, let me know what you think of the patch already. So the overview, which we'll go through here to bring it up big and, just to see what's going on overall. Here we go. So we've got buffs to Aphelios, Corki, Karma, Lee Sin. I like to see that. Trundle and Udyr. And nerfs to Camille, Graves, Hecarim, Nidalee, Pantheon, and Samira. All the nerfs you can see with the color coding are for elite play. Diamond 2 to challenger rating. And obviously worth noting there could be some overlap, but I think they put the color that is like mainly the problem with a champion, because I wouldn't actually predict that Graves is a problem, but like actually in like lower ratings, but in higher ratings he is. Same with Nidalee. And then all the new skins. So we got the Halloween, obviously, ones coming out, but there's also a new Odyssey event, I'm guessing. But you got Pumpkin, Prince Amumu, Bewitching Elise, a Little Devil Fizz, Odyssey, Karma, Aatrox, Severe, and Kha'Zix with also Twisted Fate. And then we have the new Hextech skin, which is Castlewyn, the guy that got nerfed, but not really. We also have a system change to Nimbus Cloak as well. So we'll go through these, see what we think, and then, yeah, you guys can let me know, really. So let's get into it. So, first champion is Aphelios, and this, again, is a buff, which you've got to be careful about, because, that champion got released incredibly broken. It's not like Riot to release broken champions. Wait a minute. But yeah, like I've always said, I kind of think this champion's never going to be balanced. There are arguments that champions have broken kits rather than broken balanced stats. And I do think Aphelios has broken kit. He has too much. How can one AD carry do the job of 3 or 4 AD carries? He has the teamfight presence of AD carries with the flamethrower. He has CC with the grav gun. He's got lifesteal with the pistol, I think. He's got snipes with the sniper rifle. Like, he can do so much. So that's going to be the innate problem. So what are they doing with him? The passive, his lethality passive is going up. Ramping up to more late game lethality as well, but also a buff to the early game lethality, so he's going to have more armor pen naturally, so that's a bit like, oh god. And then his ultimate, so the additional mark damage is going up by 20 to 30 damage, and that's for the Calibrum mark damage, which I think that's a sniper rifle. The Severnum heal is healing him by 50 in the early game more, and then 100 in late game. The Grav Gun, targets marked by the sigil are rooted after being hit, obviously, with the ultimate. They're now being rooted by 2.25 more seconds. The Infernum splash damage, it used to be 75% of initial damage, now 85% of initial damage. And the Crescendum, the Boomerang or whatever, the Chakrams returned are now 4, not 3. So it's a buff to every single weapon for his ultimate. Is that needed? I don't know. Maybe not every weapon needed a buff, but they're doing it anyway. So I'm going to be honest, like I said earlier, I don't think this champion's ever going to be balanced. So expect, if this is a strong buff, expect him to be the most popular AD carry again. That's what Aphelios is, I think, always going to be. He's either not going to be played because he's in a state that, oh god, he's too strong, let's nerf him, and then there's no point playing him, or, okay, let's buff him up a little bit, oh Jesus, his kit's crazy, he's now the most played AD carry. I don't think there's much in between with this champion, so I would say expect him in your games maybe pretty soon. So that's Aphelios. Camille. Bonus attack speed, decrease later. So, very strong top laner. Arguably even not bad in mid lane in counter matchups. But very strong. I think people have genuinely underestimated her scaling for quite a while. She is nuts in mid to late game. And I do think, and what is becoming apparent, is that there are just very strong items that top laners can use. Because it's not just Camille, but like if you have a late game Jax, Camille, Fiora, you're seeing the same items pop up, right? You're seeing Triforce, you're seeing Death's Dance, sometimes you're seeing Blade of the Ruined King. these are really strong items, and top laners are the role that actually can use them. Like, top lane is not a weak role when they get up and running. The reason why there's this whole meme about like top lane lol is because it is the island lane. The game a lot of the time is decided before the top laners get involved. That doesn't mean top lane's weak. It just means that they are on an island. I've seen many a time that one top laner stops the other, and then that's the reason the game is over. Like a Shen beat, I don't know, a Riven, and then the Shen takes over the game, or the other way around. A Riven owns a Shen, she's now too fed to deal with. It happens. Top lane is not weak, and Camille is no exception. So they are doing a nerf to her bonus attack speed from her E, which used to grant 80% bonus attack speed in late game. It's now only granting 60%. So that is a 20% overall nerf from what it used to be. So that is quite considerable, but I still think she'll be quite strong. So that's not too bad. But yeah, reining in some of the power is okay. Corki, champion I haven't really seen that much of. I don't mind him. He's actually more of a mid lane mage type character nowadays. He does more magic damage than AD, but maybe they'll be trying to change this with this change, because the Q bonus damage ratio has been increased. So it used to do 0.5 attack damage ratio. It's now 0.7. So he does scale a little bit better. But the thing with Corki, it's not like you're buying AP items. Just the way his abilities go is that they actually do a lot of magic damage from building AD and stuff like that. So this is just a buff to Corki. You're still going to do like the Triforce build and everything with Infinity Edge and all that, but still be dealing a lot of magic resist. Well, now you're still going to be dealing magic resist, but your Q actually deals also more attack damage. So buff to Corki, that's not bad at all. Graves. So I will say I recorded a Graves video actually today that you'll be seeing in the next few days, and I actually mentioned in this video it's insane how tanky this champion can get. You know, his bonus armor from Quick Draw literally makes him tank material. So bonus armor at rank 1, he used to get 8 bonus armor per stack at rank 1, and you could get, I think, 6 stacks. So 8 times 6, right? Which is what? 8 times 6, I should know that, but when you're recording you have pressure, you go dumb for some reason. 8 times 6, 48. So you can get 48 bonus armor at rank 1, and I think it's 6 stacks. At rank 5 you got 20 bonus armor per stack. So again, if it's 20 bonus armor like per stack, and you can get 6 of them. It might even be 8 stacks now that I think of it, but let's just say it's 6. 120 bonus armor. That's an insane amount of armor for an AD carry type champion. So they are toning it down a little bit. So it gave 8 at rank 1. It's now 6, so 2 less armor per stack. And then 18 at rank 5 when it used to be 20. So not a insane nerf to late game. It's just 2 per stack, and obviously that's not too bad in late game, but that you will feel that in the early game for sure, because you're overall pretty squishy in the early game anyway. So yeah, like, okay, I agree with it. Like I found it very weird that Graves got so tanky, if I'm honest. So there's that. Hecarim, a champion that I would say is very quickly becoming very meta in solo queue, at least. I'm seeing them all the time. A very strong champion, insane damage. A lot of the time what people do is buy the talisman first and then go straight into a Sheen, and you can basically one-shot people at level 3. So I would not be surprised if this is a significant nerf. So bringing down some of the burst from the Speeding Stallion. So literally the burst damage that we just spoke about, buy that Sheen and can one-shot people at level 3. E-base damage used to be 45, 75 and scaling upward, with then bracketed damage that I have no idea what the bracketed damage is. It doesn't say what it is, but all I will say is it's going down 10 damage per here, the base damage, and then whatever the bracketed damage is also going down, obviously. I would presume it's like when he's sped up, maybe it does more damage. I don't really know. Again, it doesn't say what that is. If anybody knows what that is, let us know down below. But he's overall getting some damage number nerfs to his E, which I think is fine. Karma. So Mantra cooldown refund for abilities increased later. Mantra cooldown refund for basic attacks now flat, and Arc cooldown decreased. So yeah, so Mantra cooldown refund for abilities. It used to be 2, 3, 4, depending on the level you are, 1, 7, or 13. It's now 2, 3.5, and 5. and you get it earlier into the game. So that's not bad. That's going to help her a little bit overall. And then the mantra cooldown refund for basic attacks as well is having 1 at all ranks, where it used to scale a little bit. So helps her earlier into the game, but maybe a nerf later into the game, I guess. And then the mantra itself, cooldown of it used to be 45 seconds at rank 1, going to 36 seconds at rank 4, because obviously it's one of these champions that can... it's not really an ultimate ability. It's going down by... hiccups, apparently. 5 seconds at rank 1. And only 2 seconds at rank 5, but that's an early game buff. That's probably helping her in lane phase. But overall, that's going to help Karma quite a lot, actually. Helps with her refund abilities and everything like that. So that's pretty good. Lee Sin, a guy that I do want to play again. We you know, little spoiler for upcoming episodes, like I've recorded over the last couple of days. We're playing aggressive picks. So get prepared for Huzzy on damage champions. Some champions that I've played quite a lot of in the history of my channel. Some like just generic damage champions as well. And I wanted to play Lee, but I haven't played him yet because it kind of feels poop to play Lee Sin. His damage falls off quite badly. So having a buff here to his base attack damage growth is actually quite nice. So it's a 0.5 attack damage growth, which isn't a crazy amount, but that will just be a little bit helpful. Might just help him out a little bit here or there, which is good. So I will now, maybe tomorrow when I do a recording session, maybe I will play Lee Sin tomorrow with this update. So there's that. That's good. Nidalee, base attack damage decreased. So her base stats used to be 61 AD, it's now 58. So bringing down Jungle Cat's early clear and dueling. This should be especially impactful in elite play, where autos at attack range are utilized more effectively. Yeah, I think that's fine. And Nidalee's damage is crazy. Like, it's crazy in an all-in and Cougar form, even in early game. And her damage arguably is a bit too strong in the early game, so they are just toning that down when she should and has always been a scaling champion. A scaling champion shouldn't have the best of early game. So this is something that I will say I'm disappointed with. I heard this on Twitter. I actually really enjoy Pantheon support. I will say it. I made a video on it. I had a lot of fun. I like seeing it in my games. I think he actually belongs in support. And I also like that it breaks the norms of support as well. I said this on stream earlier. I was like, I like Pantheon support because he doesn't look like a support. You know, all the supports look like supports. You know, even Brom, he's like a big muscly dude, but he has that massive shield. He kind of fits the support vibe. Pantheon has a shield, sure, but he's got a spear. He's a Spartan, but he's a support. I don't know. I kind of like that. It breaks the norms of it, and I just kind of liked him being a support. But I think they're getting rid of that. So Q damage and critical damage decreased. Damage and critical damage ratios increased, however, and mortal will bonus damage ratio increase. So they're saying support Pantheon has spiked in popularity as a shield-swinging strongman who provides solid CC and durability. To balance his resilience, we're moving some of the power of his base damage to his AD ratios over time. This should weaken the early kill threat from low-income supports, while padding the blow for solo lane Pantheons who have quicker access to items. So this is basically two things. They're saying that the base damage of Pantheon was too high in the support role, and that's why he could so easily kill a Nami or a Khan or something that is quite squishy, which is true. But also, the people that are like dedicated Pantheon players, they're probably like, wait, what? Why is everybody playing my champion support now and stuff? I said it for forever, like, I was disappointed with his re-release, with his rework, because they made him the same what it used to be, an early game champion that doesn't scale. But that works in support. It works in support because he doesn't need to scale. His job is to do well early, get his team ahead or his AD carry, and then he just has to do utility stuff in late game because his job isn't to carry. A solo lane Pantheon has to get ahead early because early game champion, and then he falls off. So what they're doing is something that I was asking for when they actually released him again, was don't have a crazy early game champion. Give him scaling. Like, bring him into the modern day of League of Legends, which a lot of it is scaling into mid to late game. So this actually might actually give us that weirdly now. But it's just for the Q-Spear. So I by the way, I foresee Pantheon support not going away. But the base damage has gone down by 5, then 10, then 15, then 20, then 25. So that's not insane. But the ratio used to be a 1 damage ratio. It's now a 1.15 damage ratio. So even Pantheon support, if you get your early damage items, it's still probably not that bad for the base damage. The critical damage, by the way, used to be... so this is only a nerf at rank 2 onward. And the scaling, once again, is going up by 0.3. So it used to be a 2 bonus attack damage ratio. It's now a 2.3. So again, little bit of AD and this little bit of base damage, critical damage isn't going to really matter that much. It's just giving you better scaling. And then the will bonus damage ratio used to be 1. It's now 1.15. So I'm going to be completely honest. I don't really see this as a nerf. Like, what did they actually put it as in their little overview thing? They put it as a nerf, so they are saying it's a nerf, but honestly, after a little bit of AD, we're talking maybe 1 item, like getting your Yumu's or something, I think this is actually probably even a neutral or a buff. So yes, maybe this will hurt the little bit of the damage of the level 2 all-in Pantheon play in bot lane. But I still see it be pretty good. I don't think support Pantheon's going to go away, which is good. As I said, I like him in support. But there's that. Samira. Hi, Samira. She's going to get nerfed. So I see her being the exact same as a Aphelios and a Kali reworks, that we're just going to see a Samira in the next 3 to 4 patches being nerfed or little parts of her kit being taken away. It's just too much. I'm very surprised, by the way, that one thing hasn't already been taken away, and that is the CC extension. When something is CC'd, she can extend it for 1 more second. She doesn't need that. For those that are wondering, why does she have that? There is a theory that people like Riot want her to be an AD carry, and the best place for a way to make her an AD carry is to give her that synergy with CC, so then people will play her bot lane, because otherwise I think people will just play her mid. So what are they doing? The E Wild Rush, the cooldown of it is going up considerably. 5 seconds at rank 1, but then does go down to 12 seconds at rank 5, where it used to be 11. So not as a bad nerf in late game, but a major lane nerf. And then attack speed of that also. Bonus attack speed used to be 30% going to 50%. It's now 20% going to 40%. So a 10% nerf early game and a 10% nerf in late game too. So big nerfs to Samira. 5 second nerf for her E at rank 1 is quite big. Definitely going to give her less pressure a little bit in lane phase, but her damage is still going to be a little bit too high. She does CC extension, she has a Yasuo wind wall in all directions, and her ultimate is literally insane. So I still think she's going to be very strong. But obviously it doesn't mean she's not beatable. I've seen many Samiras do pretty bad, but that also doesn't mean she's not overpowered. I think some people get confused with that. When I say overpowered, I think you have more chance to do really well on a champion than do bad for design purposes. Where it kind of toes the line of if something is so strong you cannot beat it, that is where I would use then the word broken. She's not broken, she's just overpowered. She needs a little bit more toning, a little bit more like just tweaking, and then also get rid of like the CC extension, and then I think she'll be fine. But that might take a while for Riot to concede. Trundle, the troll man himself. Passive heal from nearby enemy, death increases, and now smoothly scales across levels, and W cooldown now reduces with rank. That's good. So the passive heal from nearby enemies' death, he used to get, which I think some people probably didn't know, when enemies die around him, he used to get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6% health back from when they die. That's why a Trundle can just heal so fast in the middle of a team fight when people start dying. He's now getting 2% to 7% across the board. So he doesn't have to wait from level 1, 5, 9, 12, or 15. It's going to just nicely scale for any level. So he's at level 7 or 8. Well, before he would still have the level 5 ratio, which was 3%. And then they'd have to wait till level 9 to jump up to the 4%. It's now just going to nicely kind of scale as you go. And this is also a small buff. It used to be 6% healing back from an enemy death. It's now 7%. So it's actually a pretty nice buff for him. W Frozen Domain as well. Cooldown used to be 15 seconds at all ranks. It now is also going down, depending what rank you have it, and down to 11 seconds. So these are really nice Trundle buffs. He's a very strong champion. Also played sometimes in support too. So maybe we'll see some of the Troll. Maybe I'll even play some of the Troll soon too. Udyr, one of League's more forgotten champions that is in desperate need of a rework. Hopefully he does get one, because I think he could be pretty cool. But his R aura total damage increased. And also, it already does quite a lot of damage. But it is now doing, at rank 1, 50 more damage. At rank 5, 60 more damage over 4 seconds. That is a considerable buff, but it is still Udyr. The champion has many problems. You know, he has to get to people and all that stuff, that it's not good. You can make him work, but you have to play in a very specific way, a lot of the time split pushing. So, yeah. Like, I hope he gets a rework, I really do. Just modernize him. Nimbus Cloak, bonus movement speed, 5, 20, 35. It used to be 10, 20, 30, and then the movement speed duration is also going down. Because everybody takes Nimbus Cloak if you're going sorcery on, like, something that needs movement speed. They're just toning it down, which I think is probably a good thing. So that is that. I agree. That'll affect Darius a little bit of my champion pool. Clash mode is... Oh, sorry. Clash is happening round 2. I probably won't be playing, even though I want to, because I'm not here this weekend. Some ARAM changes, Earth changes, bug fixes, as I've always said. If you should read through... if you see any champion you play, but there are actually very little champion changes here, but there are some League client stuff, which is good. Upcoming skins, as we mentioned. We've got chromas as well. But there we go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this patch. This was patch 10.21. Overall, not bad. Yes, I probably wanted more Kassadin nerfs, but I think we had our yearly Kassadin nerf that didn't really do anything. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, do throw a like on the video. Really appreciate everybody. You know, thanks for watching, and let me know what you think down below. Is there a champion that, like, how did that not get nerfed, or how did that not get buffed? Let me know down below. I'll be interested to see what you guys say. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. See you guys next time. Peace.